Up next on The Bottom Line, an event designed to bring trust to the community, one cup at a time.
We are very friendly, and I tell you what, if you ever need us, we will be there for you.
A community awareness forum to address a county-wide epidemic.
Educate through awareness, through real-life cases, through real-life tragedies, so other good families don't have to go through what so many families have gone through.
And we'll meet the man behind a local business that challenges its customers by example.
We also create a shopping experience that is very stress-free.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kennedy. Community policing is a strategy that focuses on police building ties and working closely with members of their community. Law enforcement agencies across the country are working these days even harder to earn that trust. And recently in Damascus, Montgomery County Police and residents got together and found common ground. Most people encounter police officers in less than pleasant circumstances, like a moment of crisis or a traffic stop. But at the Music Cafe in Damascus recently, conversation was brewing between county police officers and residents over a common bond, a cup of coffee.
The Coffee with a Cop allows us to be accessible to the community so that we can talk about just different things that are on the community's mind. It gives them an opportunity to have direct access with the commander, executive staff, the officer that works their community directly, and just ask questions, just vent, just talk about different things that are concerning to them. And it allows us an opportunity to be able to provide detailed information about different things that we're doing that the community may not know.
Coffee with a Cop isn't formal, just a chance for police and the residents they serve to feel comfortable with one another.
It's just really awesome to talk to police officers about things like our family and really see them in a different light. Yes, they're in uniform, but they're just people just like us. And I just had a really great conversation with Marcus talking about our families. I have twins, he has 2 sets of twins. And so now we have a common thread, something that really brings us together, and we're able to bond over that and take away the barriers of community member or police officer, and it just is a really beautiful thing.
Katie Taylor's 4-year-old twins have expressed fear of police. She brought them to the Music Cafe because she wanted them to meet the officers up close in a neutral environment.
Hi, what's your name? Abby. Abby, I love your hair.
I got a haircut.
You got a haircut?
Yeah.
I do want them to know that at any point in time they can go to a police officer if I'm not there, or my husband's not there and they need help.
We are very friendly, and I tell you what, if you ever need us, we will be there for you. You should never, ever, ever, ever be afraid of us.
Having an open dialogue in a time in which we're seeing relationships that are constrained between some of our community members and police, it's great to see them out here in the community really networking with folks, talking about issues that are important to all of us.
Coffee with a Cop is new to Montgomery County, but nationwide there are more than 650 law enforcement agencies across the U.S. that participate in the event. County police hope that one cup at a time, they can build trust and mutual goals for the community.
The Up County is growing tremendously. I hear a little bit about the opening of the outlets, some issues with traffic, also issues with crime. And so other times there are people that just want to talk about the changes that have gone on in the community. They've lived here for 40 years and things are changing, and so rapidly. And so it's a lot for people to digest. And they just want to have an opportunity to express their concerns.
According to recent Montgomery County statistics, 17% of 12th graders say they have misused prescription opiates, while 7.4% of students over 17 say they've used heroin. Experts agree drug and alcohol dependence often starts in high school and even as early as middle school. But a program sponsored by the county state's attorney's office is working to heighten awareness of this deadly epidemic across this county.
Thank you very much.
In February of last year, Governor Larry Hogan announced the establishment of the Heroin and Opioid Emergency Task Force, designed to support efforts to address the state's growing opioid epidemic.
Not just Montgomery County, it's not urban areas, but everywhere in our state, suburban and even rural areas, our smallest counties, it's the #1 problem they're faced with.
Prescription drug addiction has been deemed an epidemic.
As part of that outreach, the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office put together a program to educate the public about this growing trend.
So Speak Up, Save a Life is really here, and it's a creation of all of ours together. The goal of Speak Up, Save a Life is to educate about the problem, educate through awareness, through real life cases, through real life tragedies, so other good families don't have to go through what so many families have gone through.
Oakdale Church in Olney was where the most recent forum took place.
Everybody working together for the common cause. We're here because we're in crisis.
Chaikin has taken this message on the road and has hit more than a dozen county schools since he started last year.
We need a holistic approach to look at this from not just a medical, legal, and moral perspective, but from a family perspective. What can we do together? Together we're strong. Individually, when under the influence or suffering in this condition, we're weak. We need to work together. We need to identify people in our family and our community that may have a problem and think of the right way to help them.
Dr. Michael Kerr is in charge of the ER at Montgomery MedStar. He says the number of patients who come to their facility with opioid issues is on the rise, and his message to the audience is this is no longer someone else's problem.
It can happen to anybody, anywhere, and this is our community. That this is something we are dealing with on a daily basis here in the emergency department, and in the suburbs, it's the worst.
Now that it's come out to the suburbs, and the issue is, athlete injuries put on painkillers, and you see the ruined lives, this has taken on, I'd say, a new urgency.
Good evening, everyone.
One of the speakers at the forum is Leah Edgecombe. When she was a freshman in high school, she went to a friend's house and snorted heroin and experienced a reaction that left her a paraplegic. She and her mother, Lisa, have made it their mission to warn teens to stay away from drugs.
I want every teenager to make the best choices that they can. I feel like I don't have the answers either. So we're all just trying to make it by, and I just want, I want to help.
When they told me it was heroin, and I was completely just caught off guard by it. I didn't think it was out there like that, and I want to, as a parent, let other parents know that it is out there. It's rampant, and nobody's exempt for it. I thought I was doing everything right.
Assistant Police Chief Luther Reynolds has taken a special interest in Leah and her quest, helping her family build a ramp at their home after she was released from the hospital.
So what Leah's doing is making a difference, and that's so exciting. If I could say anything to her or anybody else, every one of those conversations has an impact. My kids, because they saw Leah, it's very personal. They don't want to be in that position, and they know that that's avoidable, and Leah says that.
What would you say to somebody, whether they be a high school student or a college student, that was thinking about experimenting with heroin or a prescription drug? Is it worth it or not?
Absolutely not.
This didn't have to happen. I made a decision. It was a bad decision, and look what happened to me. Don't let it happen to you. It's powerful when you hear that.
I know sometimes you get a little bit of doubt about the impact you're making, but it's great and it's awesome, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you both for what you do, for your strength. Thank you.
Owning your own company is a lifelong dream for plenty of folks, but one Montgomery County resident fulfilled that dream at the age of 22. And today, after more than 30 years in the business, this unconventional entrepreneur got to the top by sticking to the basics. For the better part of his life, Scott Nash has been an unconventional thinker. Raised in a liberal household where his father was a professor at the University of Maryland, he wasn't the studious type, but he decided to give college a try after he was given a scholarship.
But I went there and I didn't like it, and the books were hard to read. I didn't find a lot of interest in the required classes I had to take. I felt like an outsider, pretty much, and I didn't like being there. So I quit after a couple years.
It came as no surprise when he left the university, but what happened next would shape his future in a way he could have never imagined. Today, Scott Nash is the founder and CEO of Mom's Organic Market, a business he started in his mother's garage.
That went on for 2 years, and then I moved to Rockville in 1990, where on Monday and Tuesday I did mail order, on Wednesday and Thursday I did home delivery, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I finally opened to the public for retail.
His retail business officially became Mom's Organic Market in 1996. The first store opened in Rockville on Park Lawn Drive. Today, there are 16 Mom's Markets.
We have Philly coming, White Marsh coming later this year.
Located in Maryland, Virginia, the District, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Business is booming.
I'm very lucky in that I got into an industry in 1987 that has grown double digits every year. Now, I think when I got into this, like in the whole DC area, I think organic food sales were like less than like 10 million for the whole region. I think right now with all the Whole Foods and us and people, it's probably more like 2 or 3 billion.
He says for about 20 years he wasn't the best entrepreneur. He took most of the profit from the business and invested it in more stores and inventory. But in 2008, when the economy was in trouble, he was forced to change.
We didn't have a drop in revenue, but we owed the bank like $1 million, and the banks were panicking at the time. And our loan was coming due like in 8 months, and I called them to make sure they were going to renew it, and they weren't even calling me back. So we kind of rallied and circled the wagons and said, we have to pay off this loan like in 8-9 months. Let's get this business. Let's look at every item line, and we did, and we became efficient. Then we got good metrics. We stopped wasting a lot of money.
And what sets Mom's apart from those other boutique grocery stores?
We only sell 100% the highest quality, 100% organic produce, so there's no conventional chemical produce in our produce department. Our service is remarkable. We have an incredible selection of products, both with the ingredient standards and just the unique and high quality, hard to find products. We also create a shopping experience that is very stress-free. These guys are from Montgomery County, Jehovah Jireh.
Mom's gets a lot of its products and produce from local vendors depending on the season.
Having a person who's working together with another Montgomery County business is something that we've always encouraged. It's better for all of us in the long run, because what it does is it continues to help sustain jobs and our local economy. And it also is making sure that we're highlighting about the importance of locally grown vegetables and fruit and people eating healthier.
And Nash and his team are big on clean energy. Mom stopped using plastic bags back in 2005 and hasn't sold anything in a plastic bottle since 2010. The stores are built with sustainable materials and offer recycling for batteries, cell phones, and eyeglasses.
If you have anything that has to get recycled, batteries, electronics,
jeans,
everything,
yeah.
And it's very cool. So I really like that. Thanks. I just wanted to put that in there for you.
That's awesome.
There are electric charging stations at every store, and employees are given a $5,000 check if they purchase an electric car.
These things speak to our culture, and so we target our benefits towards our culture. But again, really, people are the most important asset that any company has.
The company is progressive in how it takes care of what Nash says is its most important asset, its employees. Mom's pays a minimum wage of $12 an hour.
To me, this is not charity. This is an investment. It's a smart investment. We get people who are more dedicated to us. We don't have this big high turnover rate, which costs training, and the customer will suffer. When somebody with experience leaves and has to wait for the new person to get up to speed. And then we offer a lot of benefits that, like 30% discount on all of our groceries, a free lunch at our Naked Lunch counter.
And though he's a Prince George's County native, he loves living and running a business in Montgomery County.
My company and my family are now headquartered here in Montgomery County. It is a wonderful place to live and do business. Montgomery County is amazing. The demographics, the type of people here, the businesses that are here, the services that are here. And I don't know what our tax rates are here, but I actually believe you kind of get what you pay for. And so I'm happy to live in this county, pay my taxes, and live in a wonderful community and actually operate my business in a very business-friendly county.
Well, that wraps up this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Have a great day.